downward spiral to destroy America and enslave the people. And so, as many states as possible need to just start succeeding away from this tyrannical government. Even if the military wanted to do some kind of a mutiny against our government, they have their own black ops military that could easily just put down the good guy military that wants to get these evil beings out of office. And so it almost seems just like you can't overcome it, but you can run from it. And that's what we need to be doing. We need to succeed. We need to find a state or states that won't go along with Bush's program. And in the end, it will probably be these states that are actual safe havens for the people here. I don't know. I do know that the Lord will have safe havens for His people. I don't know where they are and what they are. And so that could be one of the routes. Is the current George W. Bush a clone, possessed, or the original? It actually depends on which one they're touting on TV for that day. I started a thing at thewatcherfiles.com of all the different Bushes because he does have lookalikes, people that will step in and act like they're George Bush. And, every country's leaders has the same thing. He'll be, giving some graduation speech at a university as George Bush the president, when the real one's sitting at his ranch in Texas drinking, well, no doubt, drinking or snorting cocaine. And so they use these lookalikes, because he's not actually the one traveling all over the country doing speaking engagements and stuff. Yes, he is possessed. He is from a strict bloodline Illuminati family. But you have to understand that all those kids that grow up in the bloodline Illuminati families suffer from multiple personality disorder. We call it DID now, dissociative identity disorder. And so you have one person with maybe up to 10 or whatever distinct personalities that control that person. You might want to study that whole phenomena of DID and MPDs, because all of these kids suffer from this. It's brain fragmentation. They split their minds up into different fragments, and that's how they have these different hosts, these different people, and that's why they're called MPDs, multiple personality disorders. They all suffer from that. What would you consider the event that will be the indicator to head for the hills? The arrival of this Maitreya. When this being arrives, folks, that's it. That's just the clock's ticking. When you see him arrive, that would be a good indicator to head for the hills. You see this Maitreya coming. Right now, you can prepare for that. I know I hear from people who are buying camping equipment and trying to prepare as the Lord leads them. And so you never know how bad it's going to get. I know that the Lord will protect the Church of Philadelphia. I don't think that's going to happen until shortly after the Antichrist rises on earth. And define the Church of Philadelphia. Those are, the elect. And we've already seen that the majority of people claiming to worship the Lord in the churches today are not His. They're going to be the ones under the souls who have been persecuted for the Lord under the altar. And you look at the fifth seal, that's them. That's the majority of the church today. The majority of the churches today are not the Church of Philadelphia. Another question for this show. Alright, everybody's got this thing on Atlantis. Let me talk a little bit about Atlantis tonight. And the reason I really hesitate about this is because my radio show and my audience, people have listened to things I say and read what I say, are two different groups of people. The ones who want more and the ones who want me to shut up. Or the ones who think I'm right on and the ones who think I need a straitjacket. And so it's really hard to just get that one group alone and just give them all the meat and info they need. Because the other half can't handle it. They can't grasp it. And they serve to be your enemies over the internet for years until you get an apology letter. And they really don't care about the critics. I don't care about them at all. It seems to just be a real division. So many church groups out there. Oh, that Sherry Shiner, she's just horrible. Why do they bother listening to me then? Why do they, because they don't have the ears to hear, they don't have the eyes to see, and the way their hearts are, and the fact that they don't have a heart for the truth, the Lord's not going to open their eyes to see it. If you don't have a heart for the truth, He can't work with you, He can't teach you, because you're so stubborn and stiff-necked following your denominational theologies. And it's almost like, these people say, oh, I want the truth in all things, but then when they need support on a particular belief, they'll go and read people who are like-minded to tell them exactly the things they want to hear. So you're hearing the same things over, and I'm getting back online here finally, folks. And so you're hearing the same things over and over and over again, but from people who are like-minded, who think the same way you do, or you want to think. So you're not open to the truth. You're not getting any other interpretations. You're stuck in that denominational theology. And as long as you're in denominational theology, you're going to stay there. And there's not one person in any denomination that can say that there's not a problem with some of the beliefs in that denomination. Well, I believe in everything, but I have a problem with here or there. Yeah, because the whole thing is false. There's a lot of truth to religion. There's a lot of falsities to religion. But this whole Atlantis thing, you need to read my articles on angels in the flesh, first of all. If you really want to understand Atlantis, you need to understand angels in the flesh, parts 1 and part 2. Because Atlantis was a civilization that was here on Earth. It was a pre-Adamic civilization. It means it was here thousands of years before Adam and Eve were created. And it was a civilization that was destroyed. This civilization, I believe there were 7 main cities here on Earth. Atlantis and Lemuria were just 2 of them. There was also one in the Sahara Desert. It might be the Mojave Desert, the one over there by Utah. I don't know which desert's over there. The one over there. And there were 7 major cities on Earth spread out. And these were an angelic civilization. And this is around the time that Satan had decided he wanted to become like God. This is when he started his rebellion against the Lord. And his rebellion didn't last for like one day, or 1 week, or 1 year. His rebellion was allowed to go on for years, many years, maybe even hundreds, maybe even 1,000, 2,000 years. I don't know. I just know that there was a long time that the Lord did not pass judgment on him. The Lord waited for him to repent and come back to him, and Satan refused. And so he was given a long time to repent before the Lord struck judgment on him and all of the angels that participated in his rebellion. Because it was also during that time that the angels that were living on Earth in this pre-Adamic civilization knew what Satan was doing, and 2/3 of them did not go along with it. And so they knew that because of Lucifer's pride and his rebellion against the Lord, that the Lord's judgment was going to come on this earth, and so they got off of it. 2/3 of the people that were here on Earth at that time left the Earth. Okay, and they found a different place to go to. You have to realize at the same time that our planets that are in space now, we have Mars and Venus and Jupiter. Well, not Jupiter, maybe it's a gaseous planet. And our moons. These were actual habitations, part of Earth. I mean, all of the planets were lively angelic civilizations. They were able to travel back and forth to each other. Call them UFOs, airplanes, pods, whatever you want to call them. The people during this time, the angelic civilizations during this time, and they did not walk around in harps and wing, whatever. Angelic civilizations, there's different types of angels, there's different types of ranks of angels. They looked very much